This is 3FM.
I think the biggest problem we have is maintaining our services. Obviously, with cuts that have occurred over the last 5 years, as long as we can maintain the services for our local community and be consistent in our services, that is a big not a big problem, but it's an issue that needs addressing. That we're able to look after the community and the community services on a national level. My priority on a national level is the state of our economy. We need to grow the economy. Without growth, we're in a position that we can't implement a lot of things that we'd like to implement going forward. And it's also very important that whilst we grow the economy, we maintain our reserves. It's priority, absolute priority in my book. We're lucky on the Isle of Man. I think our education system and our standard of education is very, very good. Both my children, or all three of my children, were educated here on the Isle of Man, and I think compared to the UK, we're very lucky. I think there are certain areas. I think possibly the management of within the system is probably a little bit too top heavy. If I had any concerns, it would be about nursery stroke preschool education, and I think every child on the Isle of Man should be on a level platform and have that service available, because it's very important at a very young early age for development, before they join mainstream school, that every child has that opportunity. Having spoken to constituents that work in the health service, I think at the moment morale is very low within the whole of the industry. I think that we currently are employing far too many agency staff, which is costing us an awful lot of money. I think we need to reduce that over the next 5 years. We need to have more full-time staff working, especially at the hospital. We need to improve morale up there. We've got to remember that the promenade is the first thing that most people see when they come to the Isle of Man. We have got to do something about the promenade. At the moment, I personally think it's a total shambles. The way that we've spent a lot of money on trying to act together with the horse trams, and we, at the end of all this, we have no clear-cut plan, we've wasted over £1 million in the process. The solution, I think, immediately is that we need to lay 2 road runways either side of the tram tracks, not to encroach onto the car parking on either side, but just 2 clear runways. That would be at an estimated cost of £1 million, and those 2 runways would last approximately 24 months before they started cracking because of the problems underneath. Now, within that time frame, we must be able to sort out a clear plan that is agreed by everybody concerned. Once that plan is agreed, we get on with the job. And in my book, that makes sense, because we do need to do something fairly quickly. I think there's a great opportunity for tourism on the island, and I think that we should be targeting various groups in the forms of tourism. The days of the bucket and spade brigade are long gone. We all know that. We have fabulous golf courses on the Isle of Man, for example, and we should be targeting golf clubs in the UK and Scotland and even further afield to offer packages for golfing weekends, golf weeks. We have fabulous walks on the Isle of Man. We should be offering similar sort of packages for walkers to come to the Isle of Man. Cycling on the island is a tremendous sport that is growing and growing. I think every time you get in your car, you're going to find a couple of cyclists, which is great. And I think that we have an opportunity to attract cycling clubs and one thing and another. So I think that's where we ought to be targeting our efforts.
More music for the Isle of Man.
3FM.